going to say a little bit about the Royal Veterinary College, but before I do that, I do want to thank David. I mean, it's David that's really driven this, his energy and his enthusiasm for this. So, David, thank you very much. Yeah, great. So, thanks for bringing the inaugural conference to the RVC. Also, I want to thank all the speakers. It's been a really fascinating day, some fantastic technologies that we've heard about, and I want to thank you for coming here and sharing your experiences and your thoughts with us all. So thank you all very much for coming, as well as the delegates who have attended. Okay. So my name is Taz Gohir. I'm the head of knowledge transfer and impact. Most of my job is essentially supporting academics to commercialize their intellectual property. And so most of that, but technology transfer obviously is a broader than that. So any intellectual property we develop which is useful for society, it's a question of getting it out there, whether we commercialize it or use it in some other way to benefit society.
And Taz, excuse us.
Yeah, no, of course. It's been a long day. Thank you very much for coming.
Taz. Taz. Just move your mic up a bit. Thank you.
Okay, a bit up, yeah. Okay. Is that better? Yeah. Is that better? Okay, the Royal Veterinary College. I'm only going to touch on a few brief points. I'm not going to spend too much time. It was, as most people know, the first vet college in the UK, and it is the largest one, established in 1791, and the birthplace of the veterinary profession. We have the campus here, but also, if you're not aware, we have a campus in Potters Bar, in Hertfordshire, which is much bigger, where the equine hospital and the other hospitals are, as well as where all the clinical teaching is done. We have a focus both on veterinary and biomedical research, which most people are not necessarily aware of. That just lists our hospitals. There's obviously the Equine Hospital and the Queen Mother Hospital, which is based in Hawkshead. There is a diagnostic lab there that we have, and we would actively want to work with diagnostic companies who want to commercialize anything, or it is a commercial operation where you can send samples for testing. The college's research mission is to undertake research of international quality in focused areas of global significance for animals and, importantly, human health. And I've said we try to do this we do this to inform clinical practice, government policy, and of course our teaching as well. And wherever possible, we try to commercialize IP where it's appropriate and the best way of getting it out there. Our research falls into two main strands: livestock health and production, and comparative physiology and medicine. I've just put that slide up just to show you the breadth of the work that for example, is under the livestock health and production. So everything from microbiology, immunology, pathology, genetics, reproduction, and we have particular expertise in epidemiology, public health, and agricultural economics. A key priority is, as I'll just mention, those list some of them, but there is an urgent need to develop more cost-effective vaccines to reduce reliance on antimicrobial drugs. And one of the things we are trying to pioneer is to set up a new centre of vaccinology in Hawkshead. But I won't go through all the slides. If you look at these slides later and have questions, then do come back to me. But that slide covers the breadth of activity in terms of comparative physiology and medicine. And two things I will draw out here particularly is that the use, in the centre there, the use of animal models. We do have an expertise in that. So to carry out particular clinical trials. And also the other thing I would highlight is and often overlooked is use of veterinary patients as models Now, I think that route is underused. There are veterinary patients out there which have naturally occurring diseases. So unlike animal models, you don't induce the disease. They are naturally occurring diseases, and they can tell you a lot about the progression of diseases, and can, in the long term, perhaps reduce the cost of clinical trials for human medicine if that route is used more often, because it is a naturally occurring route. Okay, that's only just to show how we operate in terms of working with industry and other partners. We do have a clinical investigation centre, which is both academic and industry studies, and that centre liaises with external collaborators and our research groups within the college, so that we bring together the complete expertise that's required for a particular project. It's not compartmentalised. We think about what expertise is needed and we draw it in. And we carry out studies for both large and small animals. And one example I just want to briefly show, because it's relevant, obviously it involves equine, where there is translation into human medicine, is an opportunity we're working on bioelectrical medicine, where simply there is chronic stimulation of the recurrent laryngeal nerve for reversing age-related changes in laryngeal muscles. And that work has been done with Justin Perkins in our equine group, and that work is leading to the first clinical trials of related technologies in humans, and that used a horse model for that initial work. I just wanted to sort of illustrate that as an example of an animal model. I'll just mention RVC Business, and that is a sort of RVC organisation through which a lot of our commercial activities are undertaken, including clinical trials, but also research collaborations, consultancy work, and also the named veterinary surgeon service as well. And at the very bottom it also mentions the London Bioscience Innovation Centre, which is this building. For those who are not aware, that this is situated right next to this building in Camden, and it is an incubator for biomedical biotech companies, and it is owned by the RVC. It was established back in 2001, and the first bioscience incubator in London, as far as I know. Now one of 20 in the UK, and it currently has about 60 clients. And that's just a picture, one last picture. That's of those who are not aware. This is our Hawkshead site, much bigger than Camden. But I thought I'd just put that up for those who've not seen it or been there before. Okay.